What's up, guys? Another day and another project. I bought myself a pole trailer, and I want to tell you guys what the heck my plans are. So what it is, it's old Pacific Gas PG&E trailer, and it's going to become a water buffalo, the bottom area, and it'll have a top deck for hauling attachments, skid steer, excavator attachments. So I can have all my attachments on the job site plus water, where I don't need to load my attachments onto my other trailer with the machine. This will always just have the attachments because I have to have water on site 90% of the time. And I can use it even when I don't need water. It'll just be attachment trailer with 500 gallons. So here, let's flip you guys around. So here it is. It is a pole trailer, so it has an extendable neck. That shaft right there slides out and in. Oh man, I'm gonna get some comments about that. But yeah, back to the child program here. So 17.5s. It does have air brakes, but we're gonna pull, and from what I gathered, I can get different backing plates and drums to convert them to electric. So that'll be future. Water tank and hose reels will be up here, and the neck will be slid out, and we'll weld a tongue right there. And then what we'll do here, we'll make this all waterproof, and this will go up 4 inches like this height. And then it'll be a top deck here where you still can slide binders and stuff, but it'll be complete flat top. And have different spots for attachments, or you can take them off and go get lumber or whatnot. Is the trailer heavy? Yes. It's 3,800 pounds the way it sits. Once I slide that giant 6x6 steel neck out, I'll drop some weight, take the brake pods off down there, air tanks, and just kind of thin it out. It's a stout trailer, and it's gonna be perfect. So I've owned several water buffaloes. I built one years ago. I loved it. But the problem with water buffaloes, they're good for one thing: water. Can't haul their supplies on them. So what you're doing is, say you're bringing your machines up, then you got to go back and get all of your attachments, and then you got to go back and get your water buffalo. Well, that's 3 trips, and it drove me nuts that it's only good for water and water only. So, like I said, what we're going to do is build this sucker up. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to clean it out. And I've owned this thing for a year, and I'm just getting into this thing. And I got it for $500. So they are pretty reasonable. Most water buffalo trailers, a buddy of mine just bought one, and it's used. I'll post a picture. And he spent $5,000 out the door at the auction, and it needs some work. My total goal for this thing is to be under $2,500. Will that work? Maybe. But even if I go more, this is 10 times of a trailer than that is. A new water buffalo is like $12,000 now. But so pretty much, you gotta see, it has air brakes. You got cable fair leads, cable. One thing that's cool is it has tons of little cool goodies in it. Has this big old. Jeez, I think it's with one hand. Here, let's set you guys up. This big old fair lead here. Dude, this thing right here. I don't know if you guys can see this thing. This is probably, you gotta go buy this thing, easily $800. Grease it up and pivot. I'll use this for a future project. Take that out. And then what else we got in here? We got a freaking giant old 1/2-inch chain. That right there. Jeez, you know, we got 1. And then we got 2. Take this out. We got a 3/8 chain. And what else we got? We got some flags, some plasticky caps, some D batteries. Nothing crazy. Let's see, we got a Allen wrench. Like I said, all this stuff will be stripped. Piece of conduit that can just go straight into the dumpster. Oh, and I missed. So, has side spots for the box. Has these like ramps in here. I'll take those out later. Little toolboxes with nothing in them. Pretty set out trailer. That's what I like about it. It's like, we got a brush. It has a tailgate that'll be welded onto there. I was going to take these cables off, but I think I'm going to leave them because you never know, might use them. They're not in the way. Let's see. Oh yeah, perfect. I don't know why I picked that. We'll have to get these locks going. See what else. Nothing. Lots of storage stuff. Like I said, it has 17.5s on them. Oh, I don't know what the dates are on these things. Oh, 21. Well, that's sweet. Who knows if they're all like that. But what I want to do, I'm going to clean this whole thing out and then put it inside the shop, put it in the back because it's going to be a big project and I want room up front for stuff that will show up and anyway, skid steer's all painted. So it's good to see it all cleaned out and get inside the shop. Look what's finally in the shop. So, gotta figure out how to slide this tongue out. And normally on stuff like this, what you do is you set the trailer brakes, you pull the pin, slide it forward. It's almost like sliding a set of trailer axles. And then put the pin in. The trailer brakes are caged right now because I towed it behind my 450. I don't know if air brakes on 450. Question mark for legal purposes. So that's how we got home. So yeah. What? Yeah. So what we're going to do is uncage them, pull this pin, slide the neck out, and then what I want to do is from about here, I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to slide this back in and weld that. And then I'll get an adapter to go to a 2 5/16 bolt. Because then it has all of its chains and everything. I don't need this for anything else. The jack is way overkill for this. But it should work still. So what I'll probably do is put the jack over here. Give me plenty of tone. This thing actually towed really nice. The weight and the length and everything. But yeah, I don't need all that extra tubing. And I can weld that tube up around inside of there. And this will slide out too. Alright, so maybe, just maybe if I block it and try to slide it out, maybe it'll actually work. I doubt it, but it's worth a shot. So let me find some blocks and stuff and let's give it a shot. Alrighty, so I took the air hoses off. And I'm gonna keep those because I got a buddy that might can use those for his log gear. They're pretty long, so they're in pretty good shape. Well, let's see if we can pull this pin out right here, because this is what locks it in. Surprisingly, that was really easy. Okay, so looking at this, it's like balanced right now, and I think with just the old asphalt chunks, it'll slide out. So what I want to do is grab that jack stand and put it under here, so in case it does nosedive, it doesn't just go and smack the concrete. So it's out, and it definitely has a stopper. So, as I bet you, yep, the holes are lined up. So, what is the stopper? That's the question. What possibly could it be? Is it a chain? Oh, no. That is a long freaking shaft, though. Look at that thing. I can tell you right now, that is some weight. I mean, I'm going to save that piece of steel. I can tell you that right now. That's all bit of 15 feet. But the question is, what is holding it in? So let me do some digging on this thing, and I'll record before I cut it. Okay, so from what I can tell, I slid it back in to look at the back and say here, let's just show you. Here is the tube. They have flat stock welded around the end of it. I was like, well, how did they weld that? And from the looks of it, if you look at this tube, how it slides in here, it's a lot smaller. What they did, they put these two plates in here, and that holds the stopper. So what I need to do is cut here, pop this out, and then this thing should slide out. Hopefully. So, put you guys on time lapse and let's cut this thing open. So that's exactly what was it. Was this plate thingamajig welded in there. So now I can slide it out, hopefully. But what I need to make sure about is the electrical is going down this. And I like to save that, so I gotta be careful. Just because I feel like it makes it harder.
Yeah. How is that thing locked up?
What? Brakes?
So it won't come out?
I put the wheels on it. What do you mean?
No, I mean when you pull this out, it's not gonna pull the trailer.
No, it's a bit rocks.
Oh yeah.
I've already slid it out now. Whoa! Lift up a little. Lift up. Touchdown. That's a long shaft. Hey, that's electrical.
It's sprung back. It's on a field.
Damn! That's why I just parked. I bet the ground's broken inside of it.
I wish I had my flashlight. I lost it.
Oh, here, don't worry. Oh, we did it, Danny. Alright, now that we got this long tube out, what we're going to do is hook it here, cut it there, and then I'll slide this remaining to here into that end, and then I'm going to weld it all up in there, and it'll get rid of this extremely long extension, get rid of some weight, and it'll shorten it up just some hair. I do like a longer neck so you can really jackknife stuff, but that was way too long. So let's get this thing cut. We're gonna try to find some earplugs first, though. One long shaft deleted. It's like a vasectomy on a trailer. Oh goodness. Alright, so now I gotta put that into that, clean it up, put the wedge in, weld it up, and that will be complete. But I need to get this pipe out of here first. So let's work on that. Alrighty, so slid it in. And I actually flipped it upside down because then it's kind of a drop there. Still totally structurally fine. Got it perfectly level. I'm going to weld it all up, and then I'm going to put some plates around the top of it, and then I will drill the hole for the pin. Way overkill. Won't need it, but at least I don't have to worry about it. So I want to put this over here. Just to see this thing get welded up a little bit. That'll do the trick. So, but yeah, so that's done. Tomorrow we'll weld the jack handles on and start working on the top lift of the tank, and then main bracing and all that. This will be a multiple part video. I'm not going to do this entire build in one video. So yeah, if you want to see more, subscribe. And then, of course, mounting pump, reels, doing the tubing, spray bars. There's a lot to it. Paint, brakes. This is not a couple day project. This is sadly, it's going to be a couple week project. Still got to work full time and get my other jobs done. So this is just something I would like to have done before the middle of May, just so I have it because I need water on site. So should come out pretty good. Alright. Alright. Well, sitting here and thinking, and I even bought the steel, had a change of mind. And I don't know if this is gonna really save much time, but I think the overall of it being done will just be that much better. So, this right here, put some bracing bars across. This will be a sheet of diamond plate, okay? This is 64 by 102. And then what I'm gonna do, well, before I do that, I'm gonna cut this out. And I can't just grind the edges. Sadly enough, I'm gonna cut holes around each cross member. If you slide under here, holy moly. All right, if you slide under here, you can see it has a 7-inch, they're not 6, they're 7 for sorry. These cross members, and they're like chambers. So what I'm gonna do is cut this out, and then I'm gonna put steel, flat steel, between each chamber. There's 6 chambers, and I'm gonna seal it tight. Run the electrical back down here and get it all watertight. And what that will do, get back up here, instead of raising this up 6 inches, I'm gonna drop it down 7 inches in the tank. And you gotta deduct the bars on that, but it'll be right at 500 gallons. It's 540 with the tubing in the way, if you want straight volume. So it'll be right at 500, and that's what I'm searching for, is 500 gallons. So flat deck to put all the attachments. There, might leave it open, or might try to build some kind of like close doors where I can throw some extra stuff in there. But you gotta remember, attachments are going out. I'll build a nice rub rail down the side, because it's actually only 96 inches wide. So I still got another 6 inches before I'm over legal limit. And then that way, there's not a weird lip, a deck. The deck height's higher, you get a lower center of gravity. This thing will tote around pretty dang well, even with a couple thousand pounds of attachments below, or above. So this will be next video. I gotta get gas for my torches. We're gonna start cutting that out. Will it be more work welding all that in? Probably. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably gonna be a lot of weird little crevices, and it's just gonna take some time. It's gonna be funky, but you gotta remember, there's no one's gonna see in here. There'll be a lid here. I'm going to completely epoxy the whole inside thing with some type of take primer. But I think that gives me the best lower center of gravity, better deck. I already got the D-rings, so let's use it properly. So pretty much what I was saying is, yes, it'll be more work, but I think dropping it down, lower center of gravity, not so tall deck height, it already has the D-rings. I think the look overall will just be that much better. You know, it's like, I don't know where the look at the camera is. Over here? Okay, I'll look there. I feel like I'm cross-eyed when I talk. I'm using my iPhone right now, so hopefully the volume is not complete crap. So pretty much, you know, I want it to look like it's not homemade. I want it to look like manufacturer. So I think that would be the best way. Still have perfectly enough room for the tanks. This will be flush with that. So, you know, toolboxes, everything is just makes more sense. You know, the deck height I don't know, that's probably 40 inches. It's not that tall. So should work perfect. That's what we're gonna do next video.